Think about how we make decisions day to day and how we come up with ideas. They're always based on tons of assumptions. As an example, let's say you're a scientist and you need to use some mathematical tool to solve some complex problems. Well, the foundational elements for that may go back to grade school where you learned arithmetic, and that was necessary. Those building blocks were necessary to learn algebra and geometry, and those building blocks were necessary for trigonometry, and those were necessary for calculus, and then so on for applied calculus and applied mathematics to your scientific field. And all of these things were foundational elements to your thinking or your worldview, but they came with some constraints. And so if you have a new idea, that idea has to fit within those constraints, and it has to fit on top of all of those foundational elements. And we do this in our companies as well. The elements aren't things like trigonometry or geometry. They're ideas about meetings. If you're invited to a meeting, you have to attend meetings. Or if the VP of a company says we have to hit a certain date, then we can't question that. Assumptions like this are actually elements that cause constrained thinking. So, for example, if the desired innovation that you're looking for is outside of those constraints, you're never going to find it. So, how do we get there? One example of this is something called functional fixedness. And this came from Gestalt psychologist Carl Dunker,